Cancel the U2 concert.
Boy, oh boy, did I have a great tirade.
Don't fucking do it. This should be like a 1.5 point line.
Oh, they just scored again.
I think he's the clear-cut winner.
That's the only good move.
That's it.
Welcome to the Thielet and Graves podcast. I'm Thielet.
I'm Graves, and we're just two dudes like yapping about sports.
Welcome to the Thielet and Graves podcast. My name is Ryan Thielet.
My name is Isaac Graves.
And we're just two dudes who like to yap about sports.
Oh, yeah, and oh, do we have some things to yap about.
And I'm so excited that we have a full show for you today. And yes, we're talking technically all four major sports, just one college and not the pro side of it. We're going to get started differently today. We're going to get started with the MLB, then jump into the NHL, then do a bracket update, which is going to be very entertaining because my bracket took a shit.
Or both of ours took a shit.
And then we're going to wrap it up with the NFL. And with the NFL, we're going to talk about our mock drafts, owner meetings, and Stephon Diggs. So let's get started with the MLB, the Pirates. Let's just get it up and out of the way. Let's talk about the Buccos.
Okay, this is just weird.
Yeah,
It's just pure weird.
Our offense, great,
Good.
good. I want to say amazing.
I mean, 4 runs a game
That's
isn't bad.
But okay, so we are averaging 4 runs a game. Our rotation, shutting it down. Everybody's
been great.
Shutting it down.
It's kind of funny that Skeens is the highest ERA, and that's a 3.38.
Yeah, and that's just insane.
Yeah.
Our bullpen. What is going?
Simply put, what the f***? Like, okay, so, like, just grading some of our bullpen guys. David Bednar, Z.
Yeah,
Z. What the f***, dude?
big
Like,
question mark.
like, what do you do now? Do you DFA him?
I want to go that far, but I think it's time that we think about moving on from him.
This is exactly the reason why we should have kept Aroldis Chapman. Like, I don't understand why we let him go. Because he would have been a better closer. Like, David Bednar, I don't know if you were paying attention to the sideline chat yesterday, but I said David Bednar's 2023 was a Linsanity run.
Yeah, we're not going to get a season like that out of him again.
No.
But I don't, which I don't understand why, because if anything, he looks better this year, like body-wise, health-wise, you can see it, than he did last year.
Yeah, he does. Like, he looks comfortable out there. He's just...
Maybe it was just a bad series. I mean, we could think that, but to be honest, he didn't have a good spring training either.
No.
So it's like maybe he has the yips.
Yeah, but even worse than Bednar, I think, Colin Holderman.
Yeah, he went from being solid halfway through the year, getting hurt, and now he's not good.
He looks like the worst pitcher in the league. Like,
when do you think it's time for us to bring up some of our bullpen in the AAA to come up?
yesterday.
Oh yeah, but like I think it's time that we set some of these guys who are struggling back down and replace them with the young studs.
Honestly, like,
and I'm not talking about moving some of the starting roster over, like some of like the starting rotation of the Indianapolis team. I meant just the bullpen.
it sucks about the MLB because, like, we could ship some of these bad guys out, but you can't trade picks in the MLB.
No, they're meaningless.
Which is brutal. Like, you're literally not allowed to trade picks, so you're screwed. Like, you just have to give up cash or whatever.
Yeah, it's insane. Like I never understood why you couldn't trade picks, because every other league does it and there's no problem with it. The only really 2 leagues that it actually matters trading picks is the NBA and the NFL.
Yeah.
But these other leagues, it's not as much of a problem. But I don't know why MLB says, nope, we're not trading picks. But yeah, no, we don't.
You got what, 500 rounds of the draft?
Yeah. What I also was baffling about the Pirates is this is exactly what we said last week. That for our season to be good, our offense has to be good, and our pitching rotations to be good, which they both have been good.
Yeah.
And our major concern was the bullpen. And they're showing us why they're the major concern.
Yeah.
And why wasn't this thing for the Pirates to target in the offseason?
I am a little worried, though, because it kind of looks like our offense might have the injury bug.
Well, Look, Nicky G's not going to be out that long.
Are you sure?
I think he's on the 15-day IL right now.
He's on the 10. So, but some of the reports have been saying he could be out 6 to 12 weeks. Which, yeah.
Major blow. Blow.
That,
I mean, not real. I mean, it's a major blow, but you also have guys who can play second base.
Yeah.
Or maybe you move IKF over and bring O'Neill back to shortstop.
Were you watching the game yesterday?
A little bit. I saw, like, the tail end.
Yeah, like, it looked like Ji-Hwan Bae got hurt, too. Like, pulled his hamstring or something.
He's always pulling a hamstring. Every year, it's always a hamstring problem. I think, look, I'm happy that we're getting, like, I'm not happy these players are getting hurt. I'm happy it's happening early in the season.
Yeah.
Then not, like, late in the year, where it tends to happen where we get hurt and then we're more out of the picture than what we were in the first place.
Yeah.
But,
also, Valdez looks pretty good at first base.
yeah, he does.
I kind of want to keep him there.
He does there. And I even thought Endy looked good at first base. He looked natural there.
No, Endy looked really good there.
I actually really liked him.
Like, I'd almost think about, like, bringing Davis or DeLay back up.
Yeah.
And having Endy stay at first base.
I wouldn't mind Davis being the one coming up because Davis has more of a chance to hit the ball than DeLay does.
Oh, yeah. DeLay can't hit to save his life.
No, and it's I think Davis is your next option. Just keep Endy at first, at least for the first half of the season until whenever we get Spencer Horwitz back.
Hopefully that shouldn't be too much longer because he kind of got hurt like right. He missed all of spring training, I think.
Yes, I think we had like one at bat or something like that in spring training.
Yeah.
All right, let's move over. Let's talk about the team that we're seeing next weekend. Well, not
you.
I'm seeing next weekend. Well, it won't be next week. It'll be this weekend. Whatever the date is the Yankees.
You're seeing it at a time.
The Yankees. 9 home runs, 1 game.
Holy shit.
It's making my Milwaukee pick look amazing.
I kept seeing it come in like live on the MLB app, and I'm just like, there's no actual way. So Goldschmidt, first homer as a Yankee.
I knew it wasn't going to take him long.
No. Bellinger, first home run as a Yankee.
Okay, let's get into it. It's before you keep listing, it's those bats.
Yeah.
There's no way it's not those bats. If you haven't seen the Yankees bats, so a normal baseball bat is a slim all the way up. But what they're doing is that they're moving the sweet spot down to where they're measuring where these guys are hitting the ball the best on the bat. And, growing up, you always heard about the sweet spot of the bat. What they're doing is that they're shaving down the sweet spot to the spot in the bat where they're hitting the most.
Science.
Yeah, they're using science. They're using technology to measure where the batter is mostly hitting the ball in the bat. Which I wish they did this in high school because I would hit a lot better if I was able to get the thing down.
What was your high school batting average?
I don't want to speak about it. Well, let's just say my on-base percentage was way better than my... I walked more and got hit by the pitch more than I actually got on base by a hit. We'll just leave it there. There's a reason I played JV baseball. But yes, I wish I did that because I'll keep mine so end-loaded and the barrel will be so big at the end because that's where I hit every baseball. But yeah, no, like I like this idea. I actually like the bats. A lot of people are complaining about them saying it's not fair. I think it is fair. It's just you're just not using science and not using your technology that's offered.
Yeah.
I mean, MLB has come out and said where we look at these bats every game before the game, and we have yet to have a problem with it.
We thought the Yankees were gonna suck, but then they pulled the science card on us.
Yeah,
and now like,
I love it. I mean, I thought it was weird at first, and then I sat and watched the highlights of the 9 home run game, and I was thinking this is just the smartest move any baseball team could make.
Yeah.
And what this is doing is that it's evolving the game. So this is doing nothing but great things for baseball. Like at the end of the day,
the Yankees look unstoppable because of this.
Yes. I mean, again, yes, we are only one series deep into the year, and we have 160 some games left of baseball.
Yeah.
So it's early to say that they're world dominators, but I love the science behind it. I think it's going to an adjustment for the pitchers to do.
Yeah.
And I think only the great pitchers are going to be able to get around it. And all it's going to do is just weed out the bad pitchers to the good pitchers, which is going to be good.
I can't wait. Well, I don't think Skeens is going to pitch against the Yankees, is he?
They might. He might pitch Sunday. With a day he'll
No,
pitch.
because he's probably pitching tomorrow.
He'll pitch tomorrow. He's off that day. And then he'll pitch Sunday.
I guess.
Oh, cool. Great. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I want to see how he does against these new bats.
yeah. I mean, I want to see how the rest of the league does against these bats.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually like it. It's not Bush League. It's not behind the back. It's not
No, this isn't
the
an
loophole.
This isn't an illegal move.
It's just a smart, intelligent move.
Yeah.
And whoever came up with this idea should be getting paid a lot of money.
We're not going back to the steroids era.
No, we're not. We're just using science, and we're just using what's offered to us in 2025.
Yeah.
It's no different than when the Axe bat first came out.
Yeah.
It's no different. I mean, if you remember how big the Axe bat was when it first came out, like it was like the next best thing.
Yeah.
It's not like these pitchers who allegedly used to use spider tack or use the sticky stuff. Like this is just a way to change up the game.
We'll get into other rule changes a lot later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh, NFL rule changes, not MLB rule changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But from a winning franchise, a winning team, to the winless teams.
Yeah.
We currently have, 4 winless teams?
There were 5. There was one I was able to take off the list. I made the list yesterday. So the Nationals got their first win.
Good for them.
They're the team with 2 possible Rookie of the Year candidates. But let's just, the Twins.
That's not shocker. I'm not shocked. We could pull up my pick from last year. From last week. I'm not shocked that they're winless so far.
They're about to head into a series with the White Sox, so they should hopefully
get a win.
Rebound at least rebound a little bit.
Maybe split the series with the White Sox.
Well, it's a 3-game series. They can't split it, so.
Oh well, hopefully get a 2-1
win.
The Tigers just play the Dodgers.
They played
there's nothing you can do
They
about
played
that.
the World Series champs.
And they're playing honestly this year's World Series winner. Yes, you heard me.
What an asshole the MLB is for hanging the banner on the Tigers.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
The jerseys look sweet. I loved it. The yellow through the Dodgers logo.
Oh, I didn't see it.
They were sweet. So what they did is that, you know how like the Dodger blue staple, they had the blue across the name. Well, what they did, they took out the blue and plugged it with gold.
Okay, that's kind of sick.
So like to match like them winning, and then the patch on the back, like like the MLB patch.
Yeah.
It was gold too, all gold.
That's sick.
So it was sweet, beautiful unis.
Okay, I'm gonna look those up.
Dodgers can never make a bad uniform. Their uniforms are classic.
Very few MLB teams can make a bad uniform.
Well,
Let's just be honest.
yeah, a few. I mean, I love MLB uniforms. They're always pretty, no matter how you look at it. So moving on from Detroit, we got the Brewers. Appreciate you, Brewers. You're making me look highly intelligent.
Oh, why did I pick them second? I mean, this division sucks. So again, it's one series, but this division is hot ass. So my winning team in this division has 87. So
yeah, which will be the Pirates. Hear me out. It's gonna happen.
Okay, well now you just f***ed it.
Yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm not happy for the Brewers, but I'm happy because it makes me look highly intelligent. Because for the past week, I've been beating the drum on this program and on our sidelight program that the Brewers lost too much, and they don't realize that they lost too much.
Why did they think getting rid of Willy Adames was a good idea?
I don't know. It's like you lost your cornerstone. And didn't replace it.
I didn't even look at the Giants' record to see how they're doing with him. I don't know, but I mean, good for the Giants. Okay, I just spoke on the Twins. The White Sox are up 9-0 in the 4th.
Wow. Oh, there's games happening right now?
Yeah.
Who's playing right now?
White Sox are up 9-0 on the Twins.
Okay, not shocking.
Middle of the 4th.
Milwaukee's down.
Royals are up 4-0 on the Brewers. Orioles are up 4-2 on the Red Sox. And Rockies Phillies just
We play
started.
7 o'clock tonight, don't we?
Just 7 o'clock against the Rays. That series could literally go anyway.
Yeah. That's going to be a solid series any way you look at it. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both the same team.
Kind of, yeah.
But yeah, no. After, I did series. They said the series is gonna be 2-1 for the White Sox.
Okay, the Twins.
Well, for the
Twins might finish last in the AL Central.
Oh, that's not even a question. By the way they're playing now.
But the White Sox are in that same division.
Yeah, it's one of your. Don't even get me started. Okay, let's get to a team that shocked us. The Braves are winless.
Either is Acuna back, or is he still out?
I think he's still out.
Okay, that would probably explain it.
Yeah, but how can one player affect the
that,
team like that?
Or the Padres are just really f***ing good.
I don't. Oh no, Acuna is back. Wait, no, that's 2024. We're in 25. Sorry, I can't read. Not literally. It was a metaphor. Yeah, no, I don't think the Padres are really that good. I think the Padres are average. It's just the fact that the Braves had a wake up call, be like, oh, we need something other than Acuna.
Yeah. And they realistically should have that.
But they don't. I don't know. They could have also had a bad series.
Again, yeah, it could be a bad series. I don't really know. Who are they up against next? They have they have the Dodgers.
Oh God, bless their souls.
Oh, they're they're
I mean, they might be able to pull out a win. You never know.
Maybe.
But no, I think they just had a bad series, and this was like a welcome to the MLB, like welcome back.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, no, I think the Braves are gonna be fine. This is just a bad series.
I hope so.
They're always a team that comes out of nowhere late in the season.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be that team this year again, where they're gonna be okay. It's the late in the year. We should probably wake up now. Like, what are we doing? Wake up, guys. And they'll wake up, and then they'll be good again.
Yeah.
And there's no way around it. They have to be good. I mean, they're in the same division as the Mets and the Phillies,
Yeah.
who both had great series. So they're gonna have to figure it out quickly.
And the Nationals, they're not out of the question to be good.
Oh, speaking of the Nationals, how about Mackenzie Gore? How many did he strike out opening day?
13.
Not even Skeens did that.
Yeah. That was a record. That was some sort of record. I should have noted that down, but yeah.
Yeah, that is just insane. 13 batters in your first opening day.
When I saw that
this
there
is
was
his first opening day, right? I'm not.
I think it might be.
Isn't that the record to get behind that?
Yeah. Like when I saw the notification come through, it was like a pitcher just struck out 13 batters, and I'm like, okay, it's got to be like a high profile guy. And then it was Mackenzie Gore. Like, okay, sweet. They still lost that game.
Well,
but
they just collapsed at the end. All right, well, moving from there, let's talk about Rafael Devers.
Oh boy.
The guy that we thought was going to be just okay.
So this doesn't even how he's doing doesn't even pertain to the whole like debacle with bringing in Bregman, but I just want to say karma's a bitch, dude. Like,
it's funny you brought that up because not even 20 minutes before we were editing JoJo Siwa's face onto a different thing for our class.
I promise that was not the inspiration for that.
I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head because of that class. Anyways,
so Devers made the whole debacle about not wanting to move from third because they brought in Bregman. He didn't want to DH. He didn't want to play the outfield. But now Bregman is playing third most games. And Devers is 0 for 16 in 4 games, 12 strikeouts.
So 0 for 16, I get it. You put the ball in play 16 times, you got fielded 16 times. It happens. But striking out 12 times, especially when you're a guy who made a big scene about a accusation that not accusation like you acquire something great for your team.
Yeah.
You're the one who complained about it. Now you're playing like crap.
Like, this is an instance where you should have sat the down and shut the up.
Yeah.
Like, simple.
Yeah, it's just, I'll tell you what, opening day this year was so much fun. Opening weekend was great.
Oh, it was so good.
It was just storylines left and right, and things that we were asking questions about got answered within one series. And I hope that the rest of the season stays like this. I mean, we're going to have the wall periods, especially in August, like we normally do.
If we have to watch our bullpen for much longer, I might punch a hole in my wall, but...
I don't know what's worse. Steelers offense, the 2020, what year are we in for? The 2023 Penn's power play, or this year's bullpen.
Yeah, it's been a rough year for our
sports teams.
Rough couple years.
That's one way to put it. It's just, I don't know. We can talk more about the Pirates, but the whole Pirate conversation is just, what are you like? Why are like okay? I want to talk about the quote that Derek Shelton came out and said, for how he said it was like, it's just one series, yada yada. We'll move on, yada. Dude,
you got walked off 3 times.
3 times, and you're not gonna make a move.
This is just insane. So this is the first team that has had 3 walk-off losses
since the 1924 Pittsburgh Pirates, which did win the World Series that year. I wanted to remind you.
But you just did the same thing that your team did 101 years ago.
Let's just hope history repeats itself. Well, let's just hope that history repeats itself. You know, it could happen. We seen it happen before with other teams, not in the MLB, but other teams start off the same way when they won.
Oh boy!
It's frustrating, and especially this year of all years, it's frustrating. Because I'm not saying that we had hopes for this season, but there was a lot of question marks going into the season. And a lot of things that the media, us, other people have highlighted, like, hey, your bullpen is not good. Why aren't you fixing your bullpen?
The fact that your closer has an 0-2 win-loss record, not 2 blown saves, an 0-2 win-loss record. Well, I guess it does technically count as blown saves, too.
Well, it's not. Well, not really, because he came in when we were up, 2 runs? Especially during the Skeens one. Like, we were up, and he came in and cost us the game.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, also you can throw in the factor of O'Neal Cruz, like, jogging to the ball in the outfield.
Yeah, I mean, first game for O'Neal was not good.
No, it wasn't.
But game 2, he picked it the up exactly right. He understood what he needed to do and did it perfectly.
Yeah, and I mean, and then we finally got a Cruz missile. And then, like, he's hitting good. It's just, what worries me is that we're going to get those games where he jogs, and we can't afford that in a pivotal spot that the center field position is.
Also, we need B-Ray to hit a lot more.
Oh, we need B-Ray to hit. I need B-Ray to hit. I have him in fantasy baseball right now, okay? I need him to wake up.
Actually, I do too.
Yeah, I have him in fantasy baseball, okay?
I have 2 leagues. I can barely keep track.
Mind you, I'm beating the crap out of Alex, who's a part of my league, beating the snot out of his team at the moment. But I'm primed to win the whole thing. That's not the point. I need all my players to play good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, B-Ray's not hitting well, which is scaring me a little bit. Kutch looked. I got a text from my buddy, says, "Is Prime Kutch back?"
He smacked that homer yesterday.
It looked like Prime Kutch the way he hit that ball.
Yeah.
It looked like you just knew right off the. Something about Andrew McCutcheon's home runs the past couple years is that, like, it didn't look like it was going to be a home run at first, but then it turned into a home run. This time, he smacked the ball.
And let's just give it up. Jack Sawinski.
Again, my prediction to have a breakout season, and he's also looked amazing.
Yeah.
My baseball IQ, Mark Madden, watch out. You might see the next Mr. 166 in Pittsburgh, okay? It's looking pretty good.
So
Called the
good.
Brewers not looking good. Not doing what I said. Now Jack's hitting the ball. Watch out.
Perfect.
It's making me look amazing. And I love it. All right. Welcome back to the Thielet and Grace podcast. My name is Ryan Thielet.
My name is Isaac Graves.
After my mic deciding not to work and I had to unplug it twice and put it back in, and let's just see how it goes. We were just wrapping up the MLB news, and that was it for the day for the MLB.
Yep.
And we're going to go talk some puck.
All right. What do you want to start with? You want to just start with the tracker?
Yeah, let's start with the tracker.
Okay, so 3 teams have clinched a playoff spot. So the Washington Capitals.
No surprise.
Well, no surprise given how they're doing. Who expected this
Oh, nobody
Capitals
did.
team this season?
And if I remember right, they were picked, middle to the bottom of the pack this year?
Preseason predictions, I had them 5th in the Metro.
Yeah, I mean, I also had us in the last spot, but that's just besides the point.
My predictions look like ass.
But then we got the Winnipeg Jets, which is a no shocker. Then the Dallas Stars.
Okay, so the Jets, watch them get bounced in 5 in the first round again.
No, I think they're gonna do a deep run.
You think so?
Yes, I think this is gonna be year they're gonna make a deep run again.
They better, because their f***ing attendance has been so bad.
They better do a big run in the playoffs because I love Winnipeg in the playoffs.
Dude, they're going to get moved.
The whiteout, they're not gonna get. They're going back to Atlanta. Bringing back the Thrashers.
Ugh.
No, I think they're gonna make a deep run this year, and I'm excited because I hope that we get a whiteout again.
Yeah.
Because when it's a whiteout, that building is insane.
I love watching the whiteout. It's so fun.
It is. It's the best thing in hockey. Well, not say the best thing in hockey. It's one of the best things in hockey.
It is. Yeah, because it's such a sick environment. And it spreads to the outside watch party, too. So,
Yes.
it's just perfect.
And then the Dallas Stars.
Yeah, we're not even surprised.
No,
We're not even surprised.
I think they're gonna be a team coming out of the West.
Here's the thing, though. Their defense is crippled.
Yeah, it's the fact if they can beat Edmonton this year.
Heiskanen's going to be out the first round. It's been confirmed.
Yeah,
Which is brutal.
that's huge for them.
But get Mikko Rantanen.
I guess
Yeah.
bring him in. All right, there was also 3 teams knocked out of the playoffs, and the Penguins were not one of them. The Chicago Blackhawks, no surprise there.
The Chicago Blackhawks.
The Nashville Predators, I guess they went to the U2 concert. And
Literally.
And then the Seattle Kraken.
Okay,
A
so
little bit of a letdown.
the Blackhawks, yeah, we're not surprised. I mean, I was hoping they do a little bit better this year. It feels like they might have been worse compared to last season.
I think this is a big offseason for them.
Yeah.
And I think they have a chance to be good next year. It's just how are they going to work
They
in
got to
the
get
offseason?
it. They got to get a good coach. They
Oh,
got
yeah.
to immediately hop on the coaching market.
I hope it's not the Flyers coach that just got fired.
Torts.
I hope it's not Torts.
We got to talk about that too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I mean, we can talk about it right now. That's not a shocker. I know he was getting fired. What is this, his 4th job getting fired within the past 5 to 6 years?
With 9 games to go in the season, though? Why? Just wait till the end of the season. The Flyers aren't making the playoffs.
It's a Flyers move, man. I mean, do you
It
expect
is
anything
such
else?
a Flyers move. I still think Danny Briere's a decent GM, but, this is just a boneheaded move at this time.
Yeah. This should have been done early in the year.
Or at the end of the season.
Oh, yes.
Okay, the Nashville Predators. Great offseason.
Yeah, just not able to put it. It's like one of those things. Too much talent on the same team.
I don't want to say UC Saros is overrated, but damn, dude.
I think it comes down to what I said. Too much talent on the same team. And it happens. When you have too many stars on the ice at one time, they respect each other too much, and they don't make the move. They don't do the right things, and that's when they turn the puck over, a.k.a. our power play.
Yeah, you take it, you take it, you take it, you take it.
Yeah, and that's what the Preds do. That's what they've been doing all year. And the Kraken, I mean, I'm just disappointed for Seattle. Because,
I wanted this team to be so good. There has got to be major changes within that organization.
Oh.
Like Ron Francis, I love you as a player. Ron Francis, the player, always in my heart.
Yes.
Still one of the greatest Penguins. Ron Francis, the GM, you fucking suck. Dude, he's not good. Like,
Well, Seattle had what? In the amount of years they've been playing here, one good year out of, what, 5?
and, like, I'm not out on Bilesma yet, former Penguins coach,
Great coach here.
but they shouldn't have let Hackstall go last year.
No.
Hackstall was not the problem.
No, he wasn't.
Like, okay, the Leafs and the Canes got screwed yesterday. So the Canes, what they had to do to make the playoffs is beat the New York Islanders, which they did. What the Leafs had to do is beat the Ducks, which they did, barely, mind you, but they did it. And then both teams needed Le Montreal to lose. And Montreal said, "Fuck you."
I love this Montreal team.
Dude, I hope they make it.
I hope they do too.
'Cause I'm going to be screaming,
how many-
"Ale Montreal."
How many Canadian teams are we looking at for the playoffs this year?
We could have all Eastern Canadian teams in the playoffs.
Which is insane to think about.
The only team,
But it doesn't matter. You
we could have 6 Canadian teams total in the playoffs.
know what? With all 6 of those Canadian teams in there, still not going to win the cup.
It is hilarious. It's also hilarious that the one team that is most likely to miss it is the Canucks.
Yes. The team going in that looked like the best team in Canada.
Well,
Besides
they're still the
Edmonton.
Oilers. They're still the Oilers, yeah. But yeah, and VGK could clinch tonight.
Which is not a shocker. I knew VJK was going to be able to. If you don't know who VJK is, the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yep.
They can. I mean, I don't see why they can't. I mean, I see another deep playoff run out of them. I wouldn't mind seeing VJ. I mean, okay, I think it should go Vegas. I know I said Vegas and Dallas is your final coming out of that Astro Western final.
That's your Western Conference final.
That is my Western Conference final.
That'd be a great Western Conference final.
I think,
even though we've seen it a bunch of times, it'd still be so good.
Yeah. Sorry, I hit the wrong button on my laptop. I think Edmonton's not going to do as good in the playoffs. Yes, you heard me. I think they're going to fall out in the second round. I think they're going to fizzle out. They don't.
It's looking like they're going to play the Kings again.
They're going to beat the Kings like they do every year.
I don't know, because the Kings might actually have home ice this year.
I still think they're going to beat them. It's kind of like the Penguins when they play the Columbus Blue Jackets in the playoffs. Like how we consistently win against them.
Yeah.
So it's just I think they're going to win, but they're going to lose in the second round. And we're going to get a Vegas and Dallas Western final. Eastern, I couldn't tell you who's going to win the East. It is so up in the air, which I love when it's up in the air. But much as it pains me to say, I think the Caps have it. I think if I had to pick a team that's good, I would pick the Caps.
I would think maybe like a Caps-Canes West final.
That would be a good final.
Or West final.
Eastern final.
All right. Let's talk about this Eastern Conference wild card race.
Do you mean the one that we were in about a month ago?
Technically, we're still in it.
Yeah.
Barely.
We have a
still,
0.1 chance.
Dude, the Sabres are still in it. There has not been a single team eliminated from the Eastern Conference yet.
Have you watched the Penguins play?
I know. But just hear
No.
me.
I think this year's Steelers team had more of a chance to go to the AFC Championship game than we have winning going to the wild card. It's insane. We have no chance.
So as it stands right now, the two teams that hold the wild card spots are Ottawa and Montreal. Montreal is tied with the Rangers for that last spot.
How about Ottawa this year? By the way, while we're talking about teams that surprised us.
Yeah.
I'm happy for Ottawa.
That new ownership, and dude, I said Travis Green was going to be the worst coach heading into the year. Dude, he's not bad.
No, he did a great job for them.
Like, yeah, that team's pretty solid. Do I think they'll make it out of the first round? No,
Probably not.
no. Although
This is a great step for them.
Right now they be playing the Leafs, so
Oh, that series will be insane.
Battle of Ontario in the first round.
I don't imagine the fights that we're going to see. It's going to be great.
The East first round in all directions is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of rivalries playing against each other.
Right now we'll have the Battle of Ontario, the Battle of Florida, Canes Devils, which is going to be stupid, and then Caps Habs, which that could even be a solid series.
Yeah, I don't see a sweep out of the East.
No.
Um,
But looking at the rest of the wild card race, like, dude, the Sabres are 4.5 games out, and they're at the bottom. The Penguins with 71 points, they are 3 games out of a playoff spot right now.
You expect the Pens can't win 3 games in a row. We know that.
So
they have what? They won last night. Is this updated from last night?
Yeah, this is updated.
Okay, so they got to win 3 games in a row with Tristan Jarry in net, who just had a shutout. So what do you expect the next game going to be? A 6-goal game, at least.
So they need to use they have a extended break. They don't play again till Thursday. They need to take advantage of this break every way that they can.
They got to get healthy quick.
Heading into St. Louis on Thursday.
How much longer is Gino out? Do we know?
I have no idea. I think he's just day-to-day right now.
This little break is going to be nice to see if we can get Gino back. Actually, I want to talk about it. The rookies we brought up look not too bad.
Not too bad.
I didn't think Rucker was going to be able to hold his own. No offense to Rucker. I love him. I didn't think he was going to be able to hold his own on the first line. But I'll tell you what, he looked really good. I was in the third. It was the third period. It was like towards the end of the third period, he made a defensive stop and then picked the puck back up and almost scored off of it.
Yeah.
Like that's not a play you see coming out of a rookie. I mean, granted, he could also look good because yes, he plays in the same line as Sidney Crosby and Brian Rust.
And he had that 21st birthday magic, which
yes.
Happy birthday, Rutger McGroarty.
Which is insane that he's playing in the NHL at the same age that we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, and his quote was really funny. How he said he loves his mom, he loves his girlfriend, he loves his sister. But this is the best birthday gift I could have ever asked for.
I mean, getting to play with Sidney Crosby, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously. But no, he looked like his own, and then his name is going past me. He was number 46.
46 is Blake Lizotte.
No, not 46. He was
41.
41.
Ville Koivunen.
Yes. He looked great.
He looked really solid.
Yeah.
Like, right now, he looks like the best piece of the Jake trade.
Yes.
Like,
what do you mean? What do you mean? Michael Bunting was part of that trade.
He is dead to us now. He's dead to us.
Anyways, I think that those 2 rookies they brought up were great moves. Now you see what you have.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is everything we got because this is just scratching the surface what we had down in Wilkes-Barre.
But we need to like use these guys.
Yeah, and
this is next training camp is going to be really interesting.
I think that if we get Gino back, I don't think we should send either of them down.
No.
I think we should keep them up.
I think we should send a guy like Shea down.
Or even
Joseph.
Or Graves.
Yeah, Dubas won't.
Any of those guys, send them down and keep them both. Because obviously they're producing.
Yeah.
They're doing what they need to do. And even Rucker was on what? The power play too, and he didn't look too bad on there.
No, he looked really solid. Both of them were on, I think were on the first power play unit, him and Koivunen.
Yeah, which means you got a lot of trust by the Penguins to be on that top line. And I mean, Rucker is a lot bigger than what he seems. When I saw him standing next to a defenseman and towering over him, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they looked great, and I was very happy to see that. When I saw that tweet, I meant the screenshot and sent it to you and say it's about time. This should have been done about a month ago.
Yeah.
But I love this. I love that we're starting to use our young guys, and if we get in, knock, let's just see if it happens. If we make the playoffs, keep them up. Why mess with it?
Wilkes-Barre's making the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're in. They are in.
Oh, that team is so good.
Yeah.
That is an insanely good team.
They're third in the Atlantic Division in the AHL. They're 3 points back of the first place team.
How many points do they have?
82. The Hershey Bears have 85.
2 PA teams.
Yeah.
I like the fact.
Oof. Bridgeport Islanders have 37 points.
Oh my god. Anyways, so we don't get locked on the AHL.
Yeah.
No, I think this was a great thing by Dubas to do. Now, granted, is this screwing up our draft picks? 100%.
Well, is it though? I mean,
we're not getting as high of a high draft pick. I mean, which isn't really.
But we got a shit ton of them piled up. So
but the thing about it is that this draft isn't really as good as years past.
Next draft is where we need. I mean, depending on how we finish, Hagens could fall to us.
Yes, which would be good.
Which would be nice. And you got Gavin McKenna probably next year, which realistically we could do worse next year. We don't know. We still have to go through free agency.
It's just it all depends what we do with Jari and how, and if we buy him out
buy him out.
You can start the chant. We
have the worst point differential in the Eastern Conference.
Oh yeah, well because of Jari, we need a bridge guy. We need a guy who could come in and be the starter. That's what we need.
There are 2 teams in the entire NHL with a worse point differential than the Penguins. The Chicago
Blackhawks
and the San Jose Sharks.
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah,
but it's just this Penguin team just they just seem to amaze me every single week. It's something new every week.
Who do you want to get that last wild card spot if it's not the Penguins?
Either Ottawa or the Habs.
Well, Ottawa's gonna have. Ottawa's gonna have that first spot.
I'm looking at the standings right now. I wouldn't mind Montreal getting it or Detroit.
There's only one right answer.
Don't you say the Rangers. Don't you say the Rangers.
Allez, Montreal. I'm going to be screaming that fucking song.
I want Montreal to get it too. It'd be fun. It'd be fun to see Montreal.
No, of course not the Rangers. I'm not a psychopath. I'm not that kind of Penguins fan.
No,
Mom, I love you, but stop being a Rangers lover.
No, I want the Avs to be in. I don't think I would say that because I'm not a big Canadians fan, but Canadians, not Canada. Let's not mistake what I said. I'm not a big Canadians fan, but it'd be great to see that franchise step up. Again.
I'm not the biggest Habs fan, but I am a Cole Caulfield believer.
Yes,
and will always be.
Yeah, agreed. All right, from the NHL, let's talk about our brackets. So far, Ryan Thielet's bracket looks stunning, just absolutely stunning. I have the best bracket in the whole world.
Dude, mine crashed last night.
If you can't pick up sarcasm, that was straight sarcasm. As you remember, I picked St. John's to
I'm too depressed.
Be in the final.
I'm too depressed to even try sarcasm.
And they lost in the second round to Arkansas.
You jumped me last night. You actually still have a potential at points.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm locked at 690.
Okay. As we look at the standings for our bracket for sideline, I currently am sitting at where's the percentage? Is this the percentage? 38.
Yeah.
I'm at 38% and Isaac's at 31. So technically, my bracket looks a lot better than Isaac's.
I was at like a 95. So you were screwed from the start. Let's just dive in. I'm gonna dive into your bracket to start.
Yeah. Let's just dive into it.
So
I had St. John's just crap in the bed.
Okay, so you're 16. Okay, Marquette screwed you.
Oh yeah, I was sick.
Marquette screwed you. The RMU pick, why?
Hey, it almost happened. Don't lie me. It almost happened. Okay, don't you give me that crap, Isaac. It almost happened. I'm not gonna get into it because
Go Huskies.
yeah.
Go Huskies. I don't know what you were thinking with that Oklahoma pick.
With Oklahoma winning against UConn,
Yeah.
they struggled all year. UConn did it, so I didn't think they were going to do
I
well.
almost had the most genius pick of the century, picking UConn in the 32, but yeah, that didn't quite work out. Colorado State upset. I'm very proud of myself for that pick.
I'm very mad about that pick.
Missouri, fuck you. Kansas, they're okay. I am going to officially make my 64 fuck you list. Missouri, fuck you. Kansas, fuck you. I don't know what you were. What was the point of your Georgia pick? Oh, and the biggest fuck you of all, the Clemson Tigers.
Oh, dude,
What the actual fuck was that performance?
Sorry, my headphones were falling off. I was so upset about Clemson because I had them in my Elite Eight. They're in my Elite Eight. And they looked good all year. They were that team coming out of the ACC that no one was expecting. And they just crapped the bed.
Like, they almost made it back to tie the game and send it to overtime. But they had maybe the worst first half I have ever seen.
Oh, I've never seen a worse half. Virginia last year's first half was worse.
That was bad. But, yeah, that Clemson.
It was bad.
You are at the top of my fuck you list. What were you thinking about that?
So the current Final Four, before we continue. Okay, well, I was thinking about the high point thing. For let's be for real, Purdue never does good in the first round, so that makes sense. Okay, yes,
Hey,
you drink the Kool-Aid.
I was smoking the Purdue pack.
For the first time in a long time, our Final Four are all number 1 seed teams.
Okay, let's just get into that whole thing. This is just March. Where's the madness? All 1 seeds?
Yes. Okay. I heard this discussion, on most of what like the most like media platforms, and they're all blaming NIL. Which, yes, blame NIL, but at the same time, I mean, do what you need to do with NIL. NIL is not a secret thing anymore. It's not a thing that these colleges hush about. Go out to your donors and say, hey, we have a chance. We're consistently in March Madness. Let's put some money in. That's what you need to do. I'm so tired of hearing this NIL narrative and how it's ruining March Madness. It's not. You wake up, play a good game of basketball, and then beat these teams. And then maybe add a little money into it. NIL has nothing to do for what's on the court. It's all how you play day in and day out. It has nothing to do with money.
Yeah.
Maybe this was a year that the underdogs just didn't play well. That could happen.
Like, you can't even predict what this Final Four is going to be like.
I can. Give me Duke and Auburn.
In the final. Yeah.
I don't think Houston is going to be able to keep up with Duke. And Duke's favored by 5.5, which is a lot.
Ooh.
For the final. I mean, for a Final Four.
Deep down, even though they're out, go Vols.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you had Tennessee.
Oh, that hurt. That just hurt.
Yeah, and they didn't lose gracefully anyways.
No.
Look, I think Houston's point leader is LJ Cryer with 15.4 per game. Cooper Fleck has 18.9 per game. And if he goes off,
I know you said he's going to stay, but dude, he is going to be the number 1 pick.
I think he's going to stay. Look, and I'm going down the full player stats from Duke and compare them to Houston. Duke's next player points per game is 13, 14. And Houston's below that. So I don't think that Houston's going to be able to keep up the shooting with Duke.
No, I don't think so.
And they don't defend the perimeter well. And which you saw throughout the tournament. So if you can't defend the perimeter and you can't keep up with a shooting team like Duke, you're not going to win in the Final Four, which you're not going to do.
Nope.
And then going with Auburn, I think Auburn's defense is going to overwhelm Florida. I think that's what's going to happen.
We love a nice 1 for 3 in my final or my 8.
I didn't want to think about my my Elite Eight. It didn't look good because of teams that were supposed to be in the Elite Eight.
But yeah, this might be the lamest March Madness.
No, I'm enjoying it.
I mean,
still March Madness.
It's not like
it's
not enjoyable, but like, just the all 1 seeds is just like.
Yeah, I get it, and everyone wants like the big, like upsets and stuff like that. But like, I mean, at the same time, I'm tired of hearing about it. It's time for these teams to be like, okay, we should win these games.
Yeah.
And put the foot down. Be like, we're winning these games. I'm tired of these number 1 teams coming in. It's supposed to be these great teams. Everyone's been talking about them, and then they crap the bed.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that these teams are like, okay, we're gonna start acting like number 1 seeds. And I'm sorry, underdogs. Normally, I'm with the underdogs on like complaining about NIL and stuff like that. I don't agree with you this time. Look, you're an underdog for a reason. Maybe, I don't know, do something about it and change the narrative about your program.
Yeah.
And go invest into your program. I mean, we're seeing it now. I mean, if we go to the football aspect of the NIL, we're seeing it now with Pitt. People complain about Pitt. Well, it's time for the Pitt donors to step up and do what they need to do.
Yeah.
And it's all about these guys. It's all about these schools being able to say to their donors, hey, this is what your money's going towards. Let's make it winnable so we make more money.
Yeah.
And look, it's what happens. All 4 of these programs that are in the Final Four, Auburn, Florida, Duke, Houston, what are they all able to do? Win. They are all known for winning. How come a team that is not one of those 4 that are known for winning, like a Clemson or some of these other teams, Maryland, they can get the support because they're in a Power 4 conference, but they're not advertising that they can win. Yeah. Where all 4 of these programs are known for winning. So this all comes down to the school is not saying, hey, we're winning now. Let's invest in this program and make more money back in your pockets. Look, I can get into the whole NIL talk because I love the NIL. I love everything about it. It's great for the players, and it's what should be happening. There should be guardrails on it. And we can dive more into that at some point soon. But which is not going to be today because we still got NFL football to talk about.
Oof.
But look, this NIL narrative about rooting March Madness needs to go because it's not a thing. It's just teams and players got to step up and play good.
Yeah.
That's what this bones down to. I'm tired of excuses. You are going out there and playing college sports. You're supposed to be the best of the best. Then show that you're the best of the best. And maybe sometimes you have a great game, some teams have a bad game. It happens. It's sports. So this whole thing about money is involved in winning and losing is just not a thing.
Yeah.
Sorry for a little tangent about that. I'm just tired of it. Let's move away from the NCAA and let's talk some football.
Yeah. We got some things to talk about.
Let's get started with the owner meeting.
Okay.
So today they are speaking on the tush-push ban, the regular season overtime to align with the postseason overtime rule, which I don't know why that isn't already a thing.
Yeah, they should have never changed the postseason overtime rule.
They are moving the touchback to the 35-yard line. They are talking about defensive holding and illegal contacting, eliminating automatic first downs for that, which I don't agree. Why is that a problem?
Let's just go down the list. Okay, so the tush-push ban.
It's football. That's the definition of football. You're taking away football.
These petty-ass teams are so focused on this one play. Like, it's from the 1 yard line. It's an easy fucking play. Like, just sorry that you can't do it better than the Eagles.
Sorry that you don't have a Hall of Fame offensive line either. Go out and get your offensive line. I'm not saying you got to need a stellar offensive line to do this play. You just got to have a halfway decent one and a big quarterback.
Yeah, like
and you're taking football away from football.
it just feels so petty.
It is. This is a petty rule. I don't remember what team brought it up. I think it was Green Bay.
I think it was the Packers. Yeah,
It was the Packers that brought it up, and like it's stupid. You're taking like the definition of football. You're going in there and you're hitting each other. That's what the tush push is. Sorry that you're not strong enough to stop it.
yeah.
I mean, not even the Chiefs complained about it, and their star D lineman got hurt in the big game about it.
Yeah.
Look, it is what it is. Every team does it, and then like there's the complaint I've been seeing about it too, that they're worried about the risk of injuries to top quarterbacks. There's other teams that use tight ends for it. Kansas City Chiefs, they had Noah Gray do it. Not the Bills. The Bills had Josh Allen do it. When you have a guy who's like 6'6", that's what you're supposed to do. And like there's these other teams. I think Miami used a tight end. New England used their tight end. There's these teams that are using different positions to do the tush push, which makes sense. That's how it, honestly should have been. And like we were also taking away the QB sneak, which just has been a play forever. I mean, Tom Brady innovated that play. I mean, let's be honest. Tom Brady was the best QB sneaker of all time, as he is the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
So, if the quarterback sneak wasn't a problem for all these years, but one variation of the quarterback sneak is a problem now, why are we talking about this? This is a waste of time.
Yeah.
From tush push to the regular season overtime rule.
The only difference there should be in the overtime rule is that in the playoffs, you can't tie. If you have to send it to multiple overtime periods, then do that.
I wish they would have adapted to the college rules. Maybe not do the 2-point conversions after 2 overtimes, because that's annoying. Don't get me wrong. Because that's a gettable thing. Maybe move the ball back to the 25 and just have them keep going.
Yeah.
And doing like a full series. That makes sense. But yeah, I agree. Obviously, you can't end with a tie.
In the playoffs.
And honestly, a tie shouldn't even be a thing in the regular season. It should be definite. It should be, okay, did you score or not? It's annoying.
What would the NFL version of a shootout look like?
Maybe a kickoff, like a field goal challenge.
Maybe.
Maybe drop the ball at 60 yards, and because when these guys are averaging 55 yards per kick, maybe go to 60 and see who can make it. And if you can't make it, you can't make it.
Yeah.
I mean, our kicker could make it, because you know why?
Because he's Chris Boswell.
That's damn straight. We got Chris Boswell, the best kicker in the league.
Yep.
Yes, you heard me, Ravens fans. Best kicker in the league.
We're not going to talk about that guy.
Yeah, we're not going to bring up him, but he's the best kicker in the league. Talk about kickers. Let's go to the kickoff. I hate the kickoff now.
It's so dumb.
It looks dumb. It is dumb, but they're keeping it. And what they're doing is that they're moving it from the 30 to the 35.
The slow transition into just turning this into flag football.
It's why I get player safety.
Yeah.
But at the same point, this is football. You know what you signed up for. There's nothing more exciting in football than the beginning of the game when you see your team line up on a straight line, running down the field and smashing whoever is getting the football.
Yeah.
That's for me, it's the most exciting play. Beginning of the game, you're hyped. You're hearing the music. Let me compare this to college. Pitt plays the Seven Nation Army every single time before a kickoff at the beginning of the game. Hearing that music, seeing the guys line up like that, them jumping up, getting hyped to run down the field and hit somebody, that is the most exciting thing for me.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing them lined up 2 yards apart from each other and then doing a simple block. That's dumb.
What? Like,
I don't agree with the new kickoff. I believe the kickoff should have never been changed.
no.
But I understand them moving it from the 30 to 35. Because 35, if you start, imagine let's go the Patriots of the old day.
Yeah.
Imagine them starting on the 35-yard line after the touchback. That's a scary look. Like, that is a scary, scary look. Which this will make us see more returns.
Yeah.
I get that, and I actually like that. I just don't think they should have touched the kickoff in general. I think maybe go back to the original kickoff and make it to the 35 if you hit a touchback, because then you'll see more returns.
Yeah.
Another play that I don't agree with is defensive holding and illegal contact. But they are not eliminating this foul. But what they're doing is that they're eliminating it from being an automatic first down.
Why? Like, literally, why?
I don't know. Like, I don't.
Defensive holding, maybe, but illegal contact, no.
Like, imagine, like, you're going down the field and there's a big play, fourth quarter, and you need this big shot, and the guy just pushes you.
Illegal contact is illegal contact.
It is what it is. It's an automatic first down. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Now, should there be perimeters for it, and should the refs be trained for what's actually illegal contact and what's not illegal contact?
Yeah, the refs need to be trained on everything.
Well, that's a whole nother conversation, which we're actually about to get into. Should this comes down to just, better refs? Yes.
Yeah.
Does this come down to us having full-time refs? Yes. I don't know why full-time refs aren't a thing in the NFL. Out of all the major sports, we should have full-time refs in the NFL.
Yeah.
Because that's where they impact the most. NHL, yes, you get a power play, yada, yada. NBA, okay, they get yelled at and they don't even call half the fouls anyways. And then MLB umpires, they already get criticized enough and they do enough.
Yeah.
Where NFL, they impact the game more than any other sport.
There's enough new Angel Hernandez's.
Yeah.
Dude, some of the calls this
weekend were bad.
They were bad.
Especially our game. They were bad.
But we're done with NFL.
MLB.
MLB, rather.
Well, let's continue with the ref talk. Replay assist. They want to be able to, you can pick up a flag if a clear and obvious evidence exists. Thank the Lord. This should be a thing for holding and for roughing the passer.
For roughing the passer, for sure.
I honestly wouldn't mind, I get it. Holding happens every play. But maybe you should be able to go back and say on a massive play where TJ Watt is getting robbed out of a sack because he's getting help. Maybe that's when you should be like, okay, let's use replay assist and call this foul. Now, do I agree that especially when you're playing a team that gets criticized enough about the rest, the Kansas City Chiefs. Every time you touch Mahomes, it's a flag. Now with this rule, that's not going to happen anymore. Which this should be a thing.
Well, we'll see.
If they don't agree on this, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Because this should be a thing.
This literally is going to become flag football in the next 10 years.
Oh, don't say that to me. I love football too much for it to become flag football.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I respect flag football, especially now we're starting to get the new thing of women's flag football, which is amazing for us.
That's great.
Yeah, I love that. It's officially a whip-your sport, which is great because it gives me something to cover, and it's new, and these people are excited about it, and it's bringing more fans into the NFL in general. And I love the idea of it. It should not. This again, I'm going to reiterate this. This should not turn into professional sport for the NFL.
Yeah.
The NFL should stay the NFL. It's football. And
if you want to turn a professional league into flag football, do that with the UFL.
Yeah, Or how about this? Have an actual flag football league.
Yeah. Like, stop trying to ruin real, actual football.
Yeah, we're not saying flag football is fake football. And they're still involved, and you still gotta have skill. You still gotta do it.
But good football.
But like
really good football.
Really good football. Like, why are you ruining something that's really good for the world in general? And we're getting international experience for the first time.
Yeah.
Now, as we're talking about football, wild card seeding is another rule that they're bringing up.
Are they going to make it better, or are they going to make it suck even more?
Wild card teams to be seeded higher than divisional championships if the wild card team has a better regular season record. Thank God this is a thing. This should have been a thing from the get-go. Why was this changed? No idea. There is no way a NFC South team should have been above this year's Minnesota Vikings.
I just want a 1 through 8 seed in the NFL, please.
Yeah, that'd be great. But I don't think we should add teams.
I know that's dreaming hard, but
I don't want us to add teams. I don't want to take away teams. All I want is that the regular season record to matter.
Yeah.
And it should matter.
This divisional championship is so stupid.
Yeah, it means nothing.
It's this. The MLB does the same thing. The NHL has their weird little version. Like, the NBA does the playoffs perfectly with the 1 through 8.
Yeah. Yes, they do. I don't care that you won your division. You don't get rings off of division wins.
No.
You don't get into the Hall of Fame off of division wins. Division championships, unless you're Mike Tomlin. Sorry. I had to throw that in there. But it should matter what your regular season is and how good you played. No team from the NFC South should be higher than a 13-win team? And a team that went 8-7 is a higher than seed? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a thing. And out of all these rules that are being talked on, there are 3 that should be passed. The overtime rule, the wild card seeding, and the replay assist. The rest of these, I can care less, and I don't want push banned.
Throw it out. Yeah.
A lot of these could also be shut down and not be talked about until May when they're in Minneapolis, which is a possibility. But I think out of all these rules, there should be 3 that be passed today, and those 3 should be them. Moving away from rules, let's go into Stephon Diggs, who just gave a middle finger to the Buffalo Bills. He was rumored to go back for a while.
Yeah.
But
the Bills probably could have used him.
Yeah, they could have.
But they didn't want Diva.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But he went to an in-division rival, the New England Patriots.
Okay.
Do you want to read out his contract, by the way? $69 million he's getting paid. Guaranteed. Oh, no. I think 30 of it's guaranteed.
I think it's like 26 or something.
Yeah, something around that way is guaranteed.
So it's a weird contract.
And they're able to get out of it in the first year, which New England, great job for doing that.
Yeah. Okay. It's good that they're able to get out of it in the first year, but like a 3-year deal for a 32-year-old receiver who's coming off a torn ACL is just a dumb contract.
I think it's just as bad as the Russell Wilson contract.
Thank God he didn't bait a team into giving him $100 million.
Oh, thank gosh.
Because he's not a $100 million receiver.
No, he's not.
He wasn't. He was good in Buffalo. Like, he was Josh Allen's number 1 target. He was not a $100 million receiver a second he was there.
No, he wasn't. And, the only receiver that $100 million is the one we have. And Justin Jefferson and Chase and Jamar Chase. Those are your 3.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, it just isn't there. He wasn't there, and he's like a cancer in the locker room. Who complains about getting the ball? Let's talk about the Giants. I brought it up.
What?
We're about to get Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston in the same locker room.
So this is what I don't understand. We'll dive into the mock draft here in a second. But, like, there's this really solid quarterback class up front. The Giants have the 3rd overall pick. They don't have room to draft a quarterback. They have 4 quarterbacks on their roster. 4. Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston,
Tommy Cutlets,
and Drew Lock.
Oh my gosh, I forgot Drew Lock's on that team.
I thought Drew Lock was a free agent, but no, he still is there.
Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito, which one do you drop?
Probably Drew Lock, but like
Drew Lock is a underrated quarterback.
Honestly, if they were releasing, the Steelers should pick him up.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I agree. But that quarterback room is going to be crazy.
It's going to be such a mess.
It's going to be a mess. And I also can't wait to see the clips of Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston talking to each other.
Here's the thing, though.
I just want to see the motivational speeches we're about to get.
Oh my God,
we got Mr. Unlimited.
Mr.
Unlimited. And then the
guy who
eats W's in the same locker room. Neither of them are locker room cancers.
No,
they're just insanely funny in the media.
Fun guys. Like Jameis Winston quotes. I'm sad that the Steelers aren't playing the Giants this year.
Oh, me too.
Because that Week 11 game against the Browns, the Jameis Winston interviews were gold.
I loved it. They were so funny. They inspired me to get up in the next morning at 5 a.m.
somebody jump
work.
off sides. Damn. that was perfect.
It was great. I love the quotes we get from the quotes out of that room. It's gonna be great, and especially in the New York market, they're gonna have a field day with them too.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good. But let's think about it. If they're trying to do what I think they're doing with this quarterback room, then Arch Manning might be a New York Giant.
Oh,
I hate to say it, but it's looking like it.
We're gonna get another Manning in New York. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't know.
Trying to find my mock draft. All right, we're gonna move on to mock drafts.
Yeah.
Yes, we did them again, and yes, Isaac messed up yet again.
Okay. He's not wrong. Yeah.
All right, let's get started. First overall pick, I have Cam Ward going to Tennessee.
Okay, so I had to restart completely. I was like 20 picks in. Originally, I still had Abdul Carter going first overall, even with the injuries he just had. But then realized they didn't have Shedeur up there. So yes, I do have Shedeur Sanders going first overall.
And with the number 2 overall pick, I have a little bit of a doozy.
Oh, whoa. Just say it.
I have Travis Hunter going to the Cleveland Browns.
I have the Browns still taking Cam Ward.
I think Cleveland is going to mess up their quarterback, and they're going to believe in Kenny Pickett, which in Kenny we trust. And they're going to get him a weapon, which is going to be Travis Hunter. I don't think he's going to be drafted as a cornerback. I think he's going to be a receiver.
I mean, they need a number 1, let's be honest.
Or maybe he could play both sides of the ball. I mean,
Maybe.
I don't want to hinder him. I think this would be great for him to be playing both sides of the ball.
Can they interchange him game to game, maybe? Like,
maybe.
I don't know.
But I like the fact that, I would like the fact that the Browns get Travis.
Yeah.
All right. I have New York Giants taking another Colorado Buffalo, Shedeur Sanders, in the 3rd overall pick.
Because of that stacked quarterback room, I have the Giants taking Travis Hunter.
I think they are gonna pick up Shedeur, and they're gonna drop the 2, because I think they're gonna want to have 2 guys who have their head on their shoulders.
Yeah.
That help maybe help the ego problem, B, make him a pro right off the bat.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he has a high ego. He's not a pro.
Yeah.
And to be a quarterback in the NFL, you got to be a pro. And who else but Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston to teach you how to be a pro? 2 guys have been through, let me just be honest, they've been through hell and back in the NFL.
Yeah.
And One won the Super Bowl. The other one has been on teams that I just don't trust them. And so it's nice to have a room. I would want to be in that room to learn how to navigate the NFL.
They're not gonna have any more room in that locker room.
Well, they're going to drop Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito. I think Drew Lock's going to be practice squad, and I think they're just going to straight up cut Tommy DeVito.
That's crazy.
All right, with the 4th overall pick with the New England Patriots, who do you have?
I have him taking Tetro McMillan, wide receiver out of Arizona.
I think we line up for the next couple picks.
All right.
Yeah, I also have him taking McClellan out of Arizona. I think
This is exactly what they need,
They-
even with Stephon Diggs.
yeah, and honestly, and that's a young receiver learning from a vet.
Because this gives the Patriots the realistic option to move on from Diggs if he doesn't perform well.
Exactly, yes.
In year one, McMillan will be a receiver one at one point or another in his career.
Yes.
There's no other way of putting that.
If I'm why am I blanking on their quarterback?
Drake May.
If I'm Drake May, I'll be so happy to have those two as my two receivers.
Yeah.
He can play anybody in that third spot.
Okay. Jags.
They need help in their D line.
They need so much help.
I got
every game.
Mason Graham out of Michigan.
I have the same thing.
Yeah, they need help in that D line, and he's the best D lineman coming out of the draft.
Yeah.
D lineman, not edge rusher. There is a difference. This is an interior D lineman. And the edge rusher is like a Myles Garrett or a TJ Watt, a guy who plays the outside and comes in. Where you're a D lineman, it's kind of like a Cam Hayward or a Keanu Bennett or a Chiefs. He just got hurt in the Super Bowl.
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones, guy who stays in the middle of the defensive line.
Yeah.
So he's the best one coming out of there. The Jacksonville will be dumb if they move on from if they don't pick him up in the 5th pick.
Yeah, they need to. Okay. The Las Vegas Seahawks.
I haven't taken Ashton Genty.
I do as well.
I think
this is exactly what they need. Zamir White is a RB7.
anywhere else in the league. He's just not, he's on practice squad anywhere else.
Yeah.
You need a guy who Genty looks huge right now.
Like the running back class as far as first round talent goes is really weak this year outside of Genty.
Yeah, but Genty looks I don't know if you've seen any recent photos of him. He looks bigger than he does in the college season. He is huge right now.
Yeah.
And you're going to need to be big when you're in that AFC West. When you come do anything of D-line, you're going to have to penetrate. So I think this makes the most sense for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah. All right. The New York Jets.
Who do you have them taking?
I have them taking Will Campbell, offensive tackle out of LSU.
I have them taking offense, but I don't have them taking offensive line. I see them grabbing another receiver to help out Justin Fields. I think Fields is going to get in there. They're going to get Luther Burden the third out of Missouri.
Yeah, I mean,
He is a pass-catching machine. He is a possession machine. When you think of that with Garrett Wilson, who can take off the top of a defense, it's a nice combo that Fields has.
yeah. But at the same time, you don't want to kill Justin Fields.
Well, Fields is used to having bad O-line.
Yeah. Don't give him that.
Well, they're I don't think they're going to go off offensive line.
All right. Well, the Carolina Panthers. This one was actually kind of hard.
Yeah, I struggled with this one.
I have them taking Abdul Carter here.
I do too. I haven't taken that duel. This took me a while. I was thinking, should they get another receiver?
They didn't really do what they needed to do to fill the Brian Burns hole last season. This is exactly how they can do that.
Yes, this is exactly how they could do it. Now, do they need offensive weapons? Yes, they do. But I think they're going to win games more with a better defense than they will on offense in that NFC South.
Yeah.
Because the only team that scores points in that entire division is Tampa. And honestly, we know Tampa's going to win this division again next year. But, like, Saints can't score points.
Yeah.
Carolina can't score points. Am I missing a team?
Falcons.
Yeah. Again, Falcons not gonna be able to score points. So you're gonna win those games with defense.
Yeah.
So your best bet is to go defense, which is Abdul Carter, which is a freak of an athlete when healthy. He is so good. And I would never say that about a Penn State player, but he is so good.
Didn't he just have surgery on like his foot or
Yes,
something?
he does have a surgery. He did have surgery on his foot, and he has that foot problem. But that's why I have him going 8 and not 1.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about, that all these teams are so offensive needy in the first round.
Yeah.
That where a player who's supposed to be going overall got hurt, and now he's at 8. Same thing about. Well, talking about the NFC South from Carolina to New Orleans, I also have him taking a defensive player. I have him taking D lineman Kenneth Grant out of Michigan.
Ooh.
Yes, the other Michigan D lineman.
Okay. I still have him taking Tyler Warren.
The tight end.
Yeah.
I see that happening. I honestly see that happening.
They still need that Swiss Army knife.
Yes.
And that's exactly what Tyler Warren is.
Alrighty, let's go to Chicago with the 10th overall pick. I haven't taken somebody whose name is not being circled around in the first round, which is insane for me to think about. Is Marin Hampton, halfback from North Carolina.
Ooh, I like that. But I actually have them going secondary.
Oh.
I have them taking Malachi Starks, safety out of Georgia.
They have, the reason I have them going halfback, they have their receivers.
Yeah.
They have their quarterback. They have an O-line. The only piece they need for a really good offense is a halfback.
Yeah.
Which is they're going to get out of Hampton. Hampton is a power back. He's like a hybrid.
I'm going to get so clowned for where I put Hampton.
Yeah, I see it now. I am going to clown you. He's a hybrid, and that's what they need in Chicago. Especially when you're playing Minnesota and Detroit twice a year. You need an explosive back, and that's what he is.
Okay. The San Francisco what are you doings?
I have him taking Will Campbell, tackle out of LSU.
I have him taking Jahdae Barron, cornerback out of Texas.
You have him going defense.
They need it.
Yeah.
They need it so fucking bad.
They need everything.
Well, yeah, because they let everybody go.
Yeah.
Because they know they're going to have to pay Purdy like $500 million.
Yeah, some high number he's going to get. But I think they're going to go protect Purdy and protect CMC, because I don't know how many more years of CMC we got. I think they realized that after this injury.
We might have negative years of CMC.
Yeah. Well, you never know. So they're going to beef up that O-line and get somebody who can protect CMC.
Yeah.
Alrighty, the Dallas Cowboys.
Jerry's World.
I have them doing the smart thing and grabbing a receiver.
I do as well.
I have him taking Ibike Ibuka from
Ooh.
Ohio State. This is where he's going to go.
Okay. I have them taking Luther Burden here.
Yeah, I see that happening too. I was imagining, what is the scariest offense? Well, what is the scariest receiving core you can think about with this draft class? And Ibike Ibuka and CeeDee Lamb scared me enough.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, that's going to be a perfect fit for them. He was a great receiver too in Ohio State. A receiver one anywhere else in the nation. And they're going to get that with him in Dallas.
Yeah. Oh, they need it.
Oh, they need help. All right, let's go to my. Oh wait, why don't you explain why you picked? You picked him.
I got Ibuka falling. I don't know. I just you had Burden going high, so
Yes.
I think this is a smart pick for them. You said it. He's a solid pass catcher.
Yes.
And that's kind of what they need. So, yeah.
All right, let's go to Miami.
What the hell do you do here?
I have them picking up guard.
I have them going tackle. So we're pretty close.
We're pretty same. I think we got the same college too. No, did it for college. I haven't taken Tyler Booker out of Alabama.
I have him taking Armand Membu. So 2 Missouri players going back
to back.
Yeah.
That had to be the first time in a long time for Missouri that happened. And I think they need. We both know they need offensive line help because Tua can't take hits.
No. Because he's already got jelly brain as it is.
Yes, and he has a concussion problem. So they gotta beef up that O line, and this draft is the perfect time to do that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go to Indianapolis. What did you do here? Because I struggle with Indy.
I have them going linebacker.
Okay, you have them beefing up the defense a little bit.
Yeah. I have them taking Jahad Campbell out of Alabama.
I have them taking Tyler Warren. This is where I had Tyler sitting.
They do desperately need a tight end.
They need a tight end. They also need pass catchers.
Yeah.
And Tyler Warren's a pass catcher. And Anthony Richardson or who's the other quarterback? Oh,
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones need help on that team. I feel bad for Indy, man. That's rough. That's a rough quarterback room.
That's a bad quarterback room, man.
But they need help on the offensive side of the ball.
Watch Sam Ellinger beat out Richardson for that QB2 or beat out Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. That would be funny. So this the help that they're gonna get they're gonna get out of Tyler Ward. All right, let's go to Atlanta. What do you have them doing?
I have him going edge rusher.
You have him going edge. I have him going corner. Who do you have?
I have him taking James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee.
Oh, I had him falling.
Yeah. And looking at it, there's probably guys I could have taken over him on the edge side of things, but dude, he's solid.
He is solid. I have him taking Jahad Barron out of Texas, cornerback. Yes, I know, guys. He is not the best cornerback at this time in the draft, but I'll tell you what. I think he's a gem.
Yeah, he is really solid. I mean, I had him going a little higher, but
he's not the best cornerback in the league, like athletically wise, but he's a gem, and he's going to be a solid guy for them. And it's going to be a solid corner, which they need. They need corner help so bad in Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Arizona.
What do you got?
I have a D-line.
I have him going corner here. I have him taking Will Johnson out of Michigan.
Yes, I like that pick. I have him taking Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss.
Okay. I have him falling.
Yes.
Like far. But I mean, this is exactly what Arizona needs. Secondary help.
Yes, and I don't think they're going to see that. And I think they're going to worry about their D-line too much.
I mean, that defense does need a lot of maneuvering.
A lot of maneuvering, and their offense needs help too.
Yeah.
All right, Chicago. This is the Cincinnati no defense.
The Bungles. I hope you had them taking defense.
Oh, I do. I am taking linebacker Jahad Campbell at Alabama.
Okay, I have them going on the D line.
Okay.
This is where I have Kenneth Grant going.
Okay.
Because you said it.
They had no defense.
Yeah.
They spent all their money on offense.
You could literally take any defensive position.
Yeah.
For that fucking team.
And you know what's crazy is that they're in the AFC North, where you need a good defense to win.
Yeah. And they had didn't they have statistically the worst defense?
Yes.
Last season.
Yes, they did. All right, let's go to Seattle. I have them beefing up the O-line and taking a center out of Georgia, Jared Wilson.
I have him going edge rusher. I have him taking Mike Green out of Marshall here.
Oh. I have him in my first round, but I don't have him yet.
Yeah.
Seattle needs offensive line help, and Sam Darnold can't move as much as Geno Smith could. And they're going to realize that, and they're going to be like, okay, we got to get a center. We got to get a guy who can lead an O-line. And that's what Jared Wilson can do. I mean, you have to be able to lead to be in Georgia.
Yeah. I don't think I have Jared Wilson in my first round, but
I think he's going to be able to lead a O-line in his first year, which he's going to do in Seattle.
Yeah.
All right, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is where I have Will Johnson going.
Okay.
I have him going to because they need secondary help, especially in the corner position. They have a good safety. They have good slot corner, but they don't have an island guy. So I think Will Johnson could be an island guy for them and be alone by himself.
He really could be. Okay, I have the Bucks going edge. I have them taking Donovan Ezuraku. I probably butchered the shit out of that.
No, you got it right.
From Boston College.
He's good. He is so good. He's an underrated edge rusher. I mean, I saw him play when he played Pitt, and he was good then.
Yeah.
And he's such an underrated guy. And I mean, again, you're coming out of Boston College, so there's not too much to be praised about.
Yeah.
But he was a cornerstone for that team. All right, let's go to the 420 city. Let's go to Denver.
I have them going receiver.
I have him going halfback.
Okay. I have them take. This is where I have Emike Egbuka going.
I actually have Cam Scattaboo.
Ooh.
I think they just look past all of the controversy behind him with the whole golf course incident, and they say, look, he's a good back.
Is there a receiver on that team? On the Broncos?
I don't think. But I think they're gonna go to the run game.
I guess Cortland Sutton, but
Cortland Sutton's there.
yeah, but no, they need to get depth in that receiver room.
They also need to get depth in the halfback room because they don't have a running back.
And let's be honest, Cortland Sutton is a wide receiver one in very few places in the league.
Very few, but he is receiver one.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring him back home. Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I haven't taken quarterback.
I do too.
We have the same quarterback.
As much as it pains me to say, Will Howard, quarterback out of Ohio State. You are a Pittsburgh Steeler. Don't screw this up like the last first round quarterback.
Don't you speak ill will about Kenny Pickett, okay?
About Kenny Smallhands.
Do you mean Kenny Two Gloves? Do you mean Kenny Fake Slot? Do you mean Kenny Heisman? Okay? Don't you speak ill will about the 2022 ACC Player of the Year, okay? Or the 2022 ACC Champion, okay? Or, better yet, a 2025 Super Bowl Champion, okay? Watch your mouth.
Okay, anyways.
But back to what I was saying. I think look, I struggle between him and Jackson Dart.
Yeah, I did too. It took me a while to actually make the pick. I was like,
And with the news that came out today about Aaron Rodgers and how it was a good meeting, but they still haven't had a deal done. Sorry for the little cut here. We had a lot of feedback on my mic because my mic's cord is not working.
Gotta love it.
But anyways, like I was saying, look, any way you look at it, this whole Aaron Rodgers situation, he's not coming to Pittsburgh. Yes, you heard me say here. He's not coming here because the deal would have already been done.
I hope you're right. I really hope you're right because I do not want that diva, psychopath, prima donna in this city. Like, no.
Yes, look, I get it. But honestly, no matter if we get Aaron Rodgers or we don't, I still think we draft Will Howard.
Yeah.
Because I think we're going to, obviously, Skylar Thompson is going to make the main roster.
No, he shouldn't.
And then Aaron Rodgers is going to be your starter if he comes here. And then Mason Rudolph is your QB3.
Do you... Honestly, I wouldn't mind, like, if you draft Howard, letting him sit and having Mason Rudolph start.
Yeah. Now, if that's the case with us not having him, yes, let's do that. That makes sense. But also, if we don't get Aaron Rodgers, you're going to have to get Will Howard.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
If you want to keep your...
sanity?
Well, how about this one? Your above 500, non-losing season record. You're going to have to get Will Howard. And look, I took Will Howard here because they just had a dinner with him over the weekend. They were right behind him his entire throw, studying, talking to him. Kind of like how this was a done deal for Chicago, when Chicago was going after Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Same exact way. So I think I think we're going to get our Will Howard. And you know who he's compared to?
Who?
Number 7.
Really?
They compare him to 7.
Okay.
They compare him to Ben Roethlisberger. And I see it. A big, athletic guy, like him, breaks tackles in the pocket and who is okay to stay in the pocket and make the deep throw, and is very accurate. Yeah, I can see how you compare the Big Ben. That's a lot. That's some massive shoes to fill
Yeah.
that no one has yet to be able to fill. And honestly, you can't. Will Howard, if you come in here and play for the Steelers, don't come in and think, I'm going to play just like Ben can. There's a reason Ben is an all-time great.
Yeah.
No one's going to be able to do what Ben was able to do. At least here in Pittsburgh. I'm not saying he's the greatest of all time.
No.
But
because Tom Brady existed in the same era.
But there's a reason why he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And so if I'm Will Howard and I come in here, I'm going to play like Will Howard. I'm not going to play for how I'm being compared to.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the Chargers.
This originally, before they picked up Najee Harris, thank you, by the way. Appreciate that. I had him taking running back here.
Okay.
But my expertise was thinking, they're taking a receiver.
Yeah. And I think we might have the same thing.
We do. Which I'm shocked because he is not the best receiver right now at this point in the draft.
No,
but I think they're going to say he's fast.
Mm-hmm.
And they already have a good possession receiver in Let McCartney.
Yeah.
And they're going to get their deep threat, which is going to be Matthew Golden, receiver out of Texas.
Yep.
If I'm Herbert, I'm smiling ear to ear right now. Maybe not because not Najee Harris is my running back, but because that's my receiving core.
Yeah.
And I think they brought back we got him. We barely used him from the Jets.
Oh, Mike Williams.
Yes, he's back. So he's back in that third spot.
So now you can send Quentin Johnston into the sun.
Yeah.
So, okay, sweet.
So that's your receiving core. Is Matthew Golden,
Lad McConkey,
and now
Mike Williams. Yeah.
That's insane.
Launch Quentin Johnston into the sun.
Do you have him in fantasy and that's why you're saying that?
No, I wasn't that stupid.
Anyways, you and me, we both agree on this pick. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the best option for them.
I almost had them going tight end.
I almost did the same thing too. And I was thinking, what is Harbaugh going to do?
Knowing Harbaugh, he's going to take another offensive lineman.
He loves his offensive lineman.
Yeah. But at least if you're going to do that, do what the Lions do and have your offensive linemen be periodic pass catchers.
Yeah, exactly.
All
right.
Take that many.
Let's go to Green Bay.
Okay. I have them going edge.
I haven't gone edge too, but my edge is a little different from you because mine's on a Power 4 conference team.
Okay.
This is where I have Mike Green going.
Okay.
When I think of Green Bay and I think of how that franchise is run, I don't see a flashy edge rusher going there. I see a blue-collar, smash mouth type of edge rusher, and that's Marshall football for you, baby.
There you go.
And so I have them taking Mike Green out of Marshall.
I have them taking Mykel Williams out of Georgia.
I like that pickup. I have him going late in the. I actually have him late in the draft. But no, I see why they're. I just think Green Bay's not going to go for the flashy pick, and they're going to go for what they're known for. It's like they're going to put their head down and hit, and that's what he does. All right, let's go to Minnesota from one NFC North team to another.
Yeah.
What do you have him taking?
I have him going D-line.
I also have him going D-line.
But we're not quite on the same page.
We're not.
I have him taking Walter Nolan out of Mississippi.
It's too late. Too late in the draft, man. I think he's a better talent than being a 24th overall draft pick.
Yeah, but at least the Vikings know how to use them.
Yeah, they do. All right. I have Derek Harmon out of Oregon.
I probably should have had him in my first round.
He's a first round guy. He's like that. He was the D lineman that was on the borderline of second and first round. You know how there's always that one player that's on the borderline.
Yeah.
He is that, and I feel he is a first round talent. And I think if there's a team that can be able to use him the best, it's going to be Minnesota. So I think the Vikings are going to take him and then use him in the right way.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Houston.
They need offensive line help all over. So I have them taking Josh Simmons, tackle out of Ohio State.
I'm going to disagree with you.
Oh.
I don't have him getting offensive line help.
What do you have him doing?
I have him getting a receiver. Because you got to think, Tank Dell,
Probably not going to play.
no. Nico Collins is not a receiver one.
Diggs is gone.
Diggs is gone. So Isaiah Bond is going to go here. This is a gem pick. Yes, you heard me. I like the gems. He at this point he was ranked low, like middle of the pack to lower around the receivers around this time in the draft, or at least in my mock draft. And I say, you know what? If there's a team that's going to be able to use Isaiah Bond's speed as well, it's going to be Houston.
Yeah.
And Stroud's going to get the guy where when his offensive line crumbles, he can just throw the ball down the field 40, 50 yards, and it's there. Which is what Isaiah Bond's going to be.
Yeah, he is. Okay. Let's go to the Rams. This one was kind of hard.
They need a tight end.
Yeah, and that's where I have him going.
I have him going tight end. I have him taking Elijah Arroyo from Miami.
Ooh, okay. I have them taking Colston Loveland out of Michigan.
Okay. When I think of a Sean McVay tight end, I think of a pass catcher. I think of like a Travis Kelce-ish type of tight end. A guy, or Pat Fryer, the guy who catches the ball very well.
Yeah.
And that's what Elijah is. Where your pick is more of a blocking tight end. So I struggle. Look, I'm not gonna like crap on your pick. I struggle between these two.
Yeah.
And then I went in and thought, okay, if I'm Sean McVay, and I like the West Coast offense style, I need a pass catching tight end.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford likes his tight ends, as we all know. So I think Elijah, now he's not the best tight end,
No.
but I think he's going to be a great fit for them.
Yeah, he definitely will be. So.
All right, let's go to Baltimore.
Those Ratbirds, eh?
Yeah, the Ratbirds. Let's go. I haven't taken offensive line.
I have them going edge.
They need an edge rush.
They need an edge rusher bad.
I think they're going to be thinking, okay, we're going to need to protect Lamar and Derek again, and they're going to go with Tate Regel out of Georgia, the big guard that everyone's been talking about.
Okay.
I think he's going to be a good fit for there, and that's another dog in the AFC North. And when I think of a Baltimore offensive lineman, I think of him.
Yeah.
He fits the mold of an AFC North guy.
I have him taking Shamar Stewart, edge rusher out of Texas A&M.
I love that pick.
Yeah.
I don't have him in my first round because I didn't think he'd fit anywhere.
Yeah.
For me, but that's a good pick, Isaac. I like that. Alrighty, let's go to Detroit. I have him taking edge.
I have him going linebacker.
They need edge rusher, and I haven't taken. This is where I got James Pierce Jr. going.
Oh, you had him falling.
Yes, so I told you I had him falling. I had him falling.
Jesus.
I think people are going to overlook him in the draft as an edge rusher, and Detroit, you know how they love to pick those ones that everyone overlooks.
I'm pretty sure this carried over from my 1.0, but I had Jalen Walker going to Detroit again.
Another Georgia boy going to Detroit.
Yeah, I got a lot of Georgia boys going off the board.
It doesn't matter. Georgia's always going to produce that talent you need.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Georgia people going late.
Actually, no, I only have 3. Never mind.
I have 3 too, but they're like late, like back to back. Oh, I have 4.
Yeah.
But I think James Pierce is a Dan Campbell guy.
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to be a good Dan Campbell fit. And I think Detroit would be stupid not to pick him up
Yeah.
because he is a culture guy that doesn't cause problems. Alrighty, let's go to the Washington Commanders.
Do we have to? Do we really have to?
Okay, I'm back. I'm back and better than ever. Yes, the arm looks weird because I'm using mic 3 instead of mic 2 now. Because there was something wrong with the cord, which we'll email about later. So I was in the middle talking about your Washington pick, or Washington pick, however you want to say
Washington.
it. So you had a running back going here, and I saw PFF say they need a running back. They don't need a running back. They got Brian Robinson Jr.
Yeah.
I mean, what more do you want from the kid? He was hurt half of his rookie season because he got accidentally shot. Yeah. And then they had a weak O-line. His second year. And now his third year they played well. He played well. So why are you thinking that it's a great idea for them to draft halfback?
I took the PFF bait.
Why did you take it?
Because I'm a f***ing idiot.
Who do you have him taking?
Omarion Hampton, running back out of North Carolina.
Look, I'm not saying I don't like the pick. I mean, it's a great player, and that running back core will be solid.
Stupid.
It'll be great.
It'll be stupid.
But it's just a stupid pickup. I have him taking cornerback because that's what they need is cornerback help. This is where I had Trey almost out of Ole Miss going.
I almost did that. And that's what I should have done.
And it just makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And they need cornerback help. They don't need receiver help. They don't need halfback help. They definitely don't need quarterback help. So I think this is where we're gonna see Trey almost goes is Washington.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the Bills.
The
Bills.
I'm going edge.
I have them going linebacker here.
All right, go ahead.
I think their linebacker core is weak.
It is.
Especially with Von Miller being no longer on the team. I think they're a weak bunch right now, so they're going to get stronger with Jalen Walker out of Georgia.
Yeah.
This is where I have him falling to.
I have them taking Nick Scorton, edge rusher out of Texas A&M. So 2 Texas A&M edge rushers going pretty close to each other.
I like that. They need an edge rusher.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the team that got embarrassed in front of the world, the Kansas City Chiefs. We have the same position, but the different players.
Okay.
Who do you have from the tackle position going?
I have them taking Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle out of Texas.
I like that. I have him taking Amon Membu. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Out of Missouri.
Dude, I had him going 13th.
I have him falling. But it took me a while for me to get over not picking your pick out there because I really like that for him. But I think Randy Reed's not going to let this guy seep deeper into the draft.
Yeah.
And then they're going to pick him up.
The Chiefs have a ban on drafting receivers.
Oh, yeah.
Because what they do in the offseason.
3 for 3 in their second year in the offseason.
Jesus Christ. I mean, like, we'll just leave it there.
Yeah, we're not going to get into it.
We'll just leave it there.
Let's talk about the Eagles, your Super Bowl champions.
Those birds.
By the way, I was just in South Jersey. I never this tournament I went to, I've seen a lot of Eagle gear, but the amount of Eagle gear I saw was insane. Crazy, dude. Which is what they deserve. I'm happy for. Oh, I almost threw up saying that. I'm happy for Philly. But I haven't taken an edge rusher. They lost a lot of their D-line, and I think they're going to keep the D-line help. They're going to get the D-line help, and they're going to get Malik Williams. Michael Williams out of Georgia. Yes, this is the 4th Georgia Bulldog taken in the first round.
I feel like I'm about to get clowned for this one, too.
No, go ahead.
I have him going receiver.
Okay, I could see that happening. I can see it. I don't agree with it, but it's not a bad pick.
I have him taking Alec Ayome
Stanford.
out of Stanford.
Yes. Look, that they need a receiver 3.
Yeah.
But you don't draft receiver 3 in the first round.
No.
So I understand what PFF said when saying they need a receiver. They do need a third guy.
Do they still have Jahan Dotson, or is he a free agent?
Free agent.
He's a free agent. Okay.
So they need a third guy. But I just don't think you drafting a third receiver is a thing to do in the first round.
It's not.
That's a third to fourth round draft pick move.
Second if you're really good.
Yes. Alrighty. I think that's going to wrap it up for us today.
Yeah.
That was a show. That was a long show.
That was a long show, but it was a solid show.
We will be back here next week, same time, same place.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the place we're at. We are in the Center for Media Innovation at Point Park University. They provide the mics, the camera, and the system for us to use, and we are grateful for them allowing us to use this every week. And some programming news down the road in the summertime, there might be a little bit of breaks because of us going on vacations.
But we'll still be here for a hot minute.
Yep, we'll be here all summer. So
we got April shows lined up.
April shows lined up, and then we are moving through the summer. We are not leaving.
Nope.
Because as we are both Pittsburgh natives and are close to Point Park University and able to record here. But after that, just stay tuned to the socials for some updates on stuff or maybe a little bit of content. But until then, this was the Thielet and Graves podcast. I'm Ryan Thielet.
I'm Isaac Graves.
And we're just two dudes that like to yap about sports. We'll see you later.